I'm Sha'ron, the Princess of Chocolate and Sparkles.
Hey, we're here with the radio show today, the Psychic Spectrum radio show. We have some major announcements we're going to make, and we also have some fun things we're going to talk about in the process. But
also,
what?
The intro, the music that we play is by a local artist, Jim Jenkins.
Yes.
Who we used to sell his CDs in our store when we had it, but that's from one of his albums, Joy, I believe is what it's called. It's called Raindrops, if I remember right. It's really good. It's pretty music. But we thought, why not? Just, we
Jim
should
gave us free reign to do what we wanted with his music, and so
we should acknowledge
develop
the knowledge that he put into that piece. So
we're going to develop.
You can feel it,
We're going to develop our theme song out of those songs that are on it. That's just one of them.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are.
Let's get into all your stuff.
This is
there.
What, Tuesday? This is Tuesday. I can't remember anymore. It's Tuesday.
Linda's with us.
We always give people time to get on. So you want to do that before we go into housekeeping, or?
Yeah, we can wait a little bit.
Yeah,
it's sunny out here. I don't know how it is where everybody else is that's listening.
It's supposed to be nice today. It's like 73 out there.
Today?
That's what it says.
Cool.
73. It's going to be a warm one. I may go sit outside for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Yeah. So we do have to stay on track today because I do have another
appointment after this.
So we got to make sure we get to that, but we're good for normal time, maybe a little over, but not much. So
we'll take some of your questions later.
I hope they're having a nice, enjoyable, warm, sunny day, but not too hot. I haven't heard anything lately about all the people that had all the floods and the Carolinas and the hurricanes and all that. Have you heard anything update on all that stuff?
No, it's all quiet. It's all quiet.
They're in the recovery mode now of cleaning up and rebuilding, and that would be tough. That would be tough. I feel sorry for those people. I really do. It's got to be a hard place to live,
Yeah, I can imagine. We're gonna I was gonna.
Well, one more thing. One of our clients and friends, Jill, her and her husband moved to, I think it was North Carolina.
Yeah.
I think.
From Nevada to North Carolina.
No, Arizona. Wasn't
it? Arizona, yeah.
Anyway, she sent a picture a while back, and I never got a chance to say it. It just popped in my mind again. But she had a picture of her driveway. It was nothing but yellow. It was pollen from the trees. It was yellow. That's how much pollen's back there. Can you imagine? You living back there? I was just, but she says this is not the yellow brick road, but it was just pure yellow.
That's terrible.
Pollen. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Everybody has their issues. Every state has its negative side, I guess, but every state also has its beautiful side, and Washington certainly does have its beautiful side as well as its not so beautiful side, like any other state. But anyway, so you were going to say what?
I was going to tell everybody that we're not going to get real specific and long on this topic, but I wanted to mention a few things about my predictions and your predictions for what we think is going to happen for the rest of the year, at least through the summer.
I haven't done those. I haven't done mine.
I know, but we're going to just kind of wing it today.
Oh, well, I don't like to wing it like that.
I'll wing it.
Cards.
I'll wing it, and you.
I want to see what the universe has to say.
All right.
I mean, if I get something, I'll throw it in, but.
Yeah. So we're going to cover that a little bit, and.
I've been busy doing other stuff.
Yeah. So while people are coming on and checking in.
And it's so beautiful outside, maybe they won't come on. I don't know. But anyway.
That's the other thing I was going to talk about. You said it's 73 here.
Yeah.
And we seem to be the cool spot in the United States.
Well,
the
we usually
rest of the country is warmer today. I mean, the last week.
Yeah.
And this week.
But we got the water around us too, which I think keeps us a little cooler.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the inland, east of the mountains or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure Yakima, Spokane, all those people over there.
Hey, Lou made it in.
Probably warmer than we are.
Oh, definitely.
Because over there it's much hotter than it does here.
And Debbie down in Texas, she's got to be warm down there.
Warm. Yeah.
But Lou's with us, and then Catherine from Ireland. Hiya, Catherine. Wow, you made it in early.
Yeah.
Right at the start. That's cool.
So Anyway, today is the 6th of May. You believe that? 7 months till Christmas.
Yep.
7 months, Lou. 7 months till you're on duty again.
Lou says 73 here too. That's
Yeah.
good because he's only about 4.2 miles
Yeah,
away from
not
us.
that far away.
3.2.
But today's a 2-day, and it's all about working with relationships on everything. And
Today is a 2-day.
yeah, today is a 2-day. Yeah. So if you're working on relationships, it's either you, yourself, money, finances, health, life, whatever. I mean, it's all about relationship and how you deal with it. So if you're doing that, you're right on course. And, it's part of the world of 9 this year, endings and beginnings. So there might be a lot of endings in time, ending and beginnings of things that are dealing with relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So all you can do is say, let that door shut and let that other one open.
Don't let it hit you in the ass when on the way when it's shutting.
When it shuts, nail it shut and say, let me have the next one open. Because it will. When one closes and you accept it as a closure, that allows for the brand new beginning. So don't fight it.
Debbie's in Copperas Cove, Texas, and she says, no, it's been in the 60s, 70s, or in the 60s, raining, thunderstorms, and a tornado watch. Yeah, you've been having tornado watches a lot here the last 2 or 3 weeks.
That's part of that area.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Thunder Alley, I think they call it.
So, love the rain while it's here and there, because I think you'll get really hot pretty quick. So,
I got to say something about Catherine. Catherine's in Ireland, and she comes on the show quite often. Mm-hmm. But I want to say something. It's funny how, yes, we think it. Yes, we probably know it, but we never see proof of it. And when it happens, it's kind of cool. But you think about this. Catherine is in Ireland, and the things that we say and they say, our thoughts, and they're all aligned. They're all close. So I think the more, well, she just said, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
We say that here all the time.
Well, sure.
And so there's other things. What the cool part is we call it our mom. They call it their mum. Uh-huh. And there's little idiosyncrasies there, but we all have. But I think it's really cool that this shows that all around the world, whoever has been on here with us on the Psychic Spectrum radio show, we all have kind of the same thought patterns, the same feelings, and the same knowledge is what I'm going to say. Look at the frog lady from Egypt.
Yeah.
The people from South Africa who've come on, the European people, the Canadians, and
well, we all have the same thoughts and sayings. They just put a twist on it,
right?
Or in their mind, we put a twist on it.
But we're not. My point is that we're not that far apart from each other, even though we're separated by the world. And I hate the term. Oh, it takes a community, because I don't believe in that.
Oh, I do.
I think it helps to have a community. But everybody's responsible for their own things, and the community, you can add that later on. That's fine. But what I look at is that the people all around the world, we all have the same everything going on, and we have to look at the bigger picture and keep focus on the smaller picture at the same time.
Why wouldn't you think it takes a community? You can't do anything by yourself as easily as you can with a community. Although I will say the opposite is true of that too. Sometimes having a community makes things so muddled up you don't get nothing done.
That's right.
But the concept of having a community is easier than not. You can build a house a lot easier with more hands than just yours.
But self is the most important first, then definitely. The community, and that's what I'm saying.
But the community should be there to help the self, not to take over the self.
That's right.
That's the difference. You're either a community because you all help each other, but let everybody have their individual say and thoughts.
Yeah.
Or you're like the Borg,
and Catherine
where you get assimilated.
Catherine says she agrees. So
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
JM joined us from Yakima.
Yeah,
and hey, what's temperature over there, JM? It's 73 here. Linda is with us from up on the peninsula.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's probably cooler up there.
I would think so.
I would think so because of the peninsula.
But the sun is really nice.
You, Linda. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting upright. This is good. You got to keep a sense of humor, you know.
So, like I said, we have
But-
some major announcements we're going to tell you today.
So anyway,
So don't go away.
I'm going again with the rose quartz stone because it represents love, and because of what you're going to be saying, I
Yeah.
want everyone to know that's truly in my heart. So when you see a rose quartz, remember that. But as far as the affirmation goes, I found this, as I go. What's that? Oh,
Our neighbor's walking around in the
somebody's at
outside our front door.
So anyway, the affirmation, it jumps out at me because I look around for what I have, and I go, okay, what am I supposed to? And this is what popped out. So, is Jeannie on by any way?
Who?
No,
Jeannie? No.
No. Okay, because my mind went to her when I saw this. But anyway, if you don't leave your past, it will destroy your future. Live for today. No, let's correct that. Live for what today has to offer, not for what yesterday took away.
Mhm.
And I think that is for not only everyone out there, but for me also. So that's usually why they bring them to my attention, is because it's not just for them, it's for me too. So just be aware of that. Because if you don't leave the past, it's going to destroy the future. And that is so true.
Mhm.
JM says, funny, I'm wearing my rose quartz necklace today. Good. Then it should hit you double.
And Crystal's with us in northeast Washington.
Yeah.
And her internet's going in and out. Ours was too earlier today.
I don't know what's going on with the internet. I really don't. I mean, they can fly things up into space and bring them back down and catch them now, which I find phenomenal. And they can't have the internet, the electricity do its thing.
You know what's funny is I read
They need to update the grid. Of all the other stuff they've ever done, why have they
That's
not
right.
kept the grid up? I don't understand that one. But
I
then
read
that's just me.
yesterday that the most stable internet connection is Starlink.
That's what they say.
Elon Musk,
But
Starlink.
even that could be taken down.
But it's the most stable internet connection. And the fastest, by the way.
Well, I know the people, when they had that flooding and all that, Starlink saved them. You gotta give, you should get kudos for that one.
Yep.
And he didn't charge them. That was a biggie right there. I mean, that's what people should do, that have the ability, have the resources, and have the love for mankind, to let somebody have something in the need for free.
That's right.
Because there's no way in heck those people could have afforded anything at that point. They had lost just about everything.
Mm-hmm. Debbie says, big sunspot facing Earth the last couple of days.
Oh, that could be why your internet's doing some stuff.
True.
Solar flares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we used to have CB radios for communications, solar flares or sunspots, they used to call them, used to interfere a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I find it funny that was the basic communications.
Yeah.
Then we went to cell phones, and it was still interfering. And now we have the internet, and it's still interfering.
Well, the sun is a powerful thing.
Duh.
It really is. I mean, can you imagine the sun at the heat it is? It has the ability to throw off flares that can go all that distances. I mean, I forget how many billions of miles away the sun is, but still have that effect on a little planet that far away.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the intensity at source when that thing shoves it off?
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing in itself.
Okay, I want to reiterate, please do not go anywhere today. Listen to the whole show. Near the end, where we get near the end, we're going to discuss something that's hugely important. No, it's bigly. That's what it was. Bigly important. Yeah. So anyhow, stay tuned. We have things to tell you, more than one thing, but we're going to make some major announcements. So
it's time for the card of the day.
We haven't discussed our topic yet.
You always do the card of the day first.
Oh, do I? Uh-huh. Okay, well, here. We haven't done a show for so long. I don't know. Remember what the card
we did
was?
a week ago today. You only had Talking to the Other Side on Saturday.
Oh, well, go
It's
for
only
it.
been a week.
Pull a card. Any card. They're free. Pick a card. At no time do my fingers leave my hands, kids.
I want that.
Aha! How fitting. How frigging fitting.
Oh, let us all know, pray tell.
Okay, we are in a year of endings and beginnings, correct?
As
Okay.
we know them, yes.
As we know them. So the card that you picked today. Now the neighbor's in the backyard, the other neighbor. Oops, I dropped that. Now
Why didn't you turn your phone off?
I thought I did. So the thing is this, is that the card that you picked is all about long-term effects. Okay, it's endings and beginnings. The things you do to survive, the things that are going on. It represents change, but change that have long-term effects and affect things long-term. So that's the card for today. And that, like I said, hang in there. We're going to talk about
I think that's funny. You sound
our
just like
announcement.
that Mint commercial. For only $15 a month, long-term effects that affect you long-term.
Is that what they said?
No,
Is that what I said?
that's
Okay.
what you said.
All right.
But it reminded me of, he said over and over again,
Yeah.
$15 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen too much TV lately.
Okay. So I want to talk about things that are going to happen for the rest of this summer and into the early fall.
So that would take in what months?
Well, this
Between
is May. So you
now
got
and-
May, June, July, August, and September.
Okay.
Now, and I'm brought this up because I think this needs to be done at this time because of questions that you guys have asked us on the air, in person, emails, texts, readings, whatever, at our other events. So the first big thing is people always want to know, or one of the big things they want to know is moving, buying a house, selling a house, renting, moving, the housing market. Okay. First of all, I'm going to tell you, it's not a great time. It's an okay time because yes, interest rates have come down a little. They're going to come down a lot more, but they're going to go up a little bit before they come back down. Okay. Or they're going to at least stay the same before they start dropping. I think they're going to creep up just a hair, and it's going to be to ward off inflation or help cool it off a little bit. So don't go jumping into anything unless you really think you just need to. And if you do, double and triple check everything, because I think that right around October, you're going to
Wait a
see.
minute. October's past September.
Yes.
So you said till September,
Through September.
but you said October.
Okay.
So you're going into
through
October now?
September, things are going to change between now through through September. So in October, you're going to see interest rates. There's an adjustment that's going to happen for home purchasing and vehicles, things like that. So, plus at that time, the supply will become bigly. I'm going to use that word today. The supply will become bigly, and there'll be houses.
He says bigly anymore.
No, because he made fun of too much. But there will be a lot of it coming out and being added. Everybody's going to realize it's time now. I need to cash in. I need to sell and I need to buy. So you're going to see that happening.
So
That's
will
with
it become
housing.
a seller's market or a buyer's market?
It'll actually become a seller's market, but the buyers are going to think that they're going to get a great deal because it's like
good.
finally things are starting.
It's a win-win.
Yes, in
Good.
October.
I like that.
Okay, the next one is stocks. They're going to be up. Yeah, I looked at ours today. The thing, it's dismal, and that's a nice way to put it.
Shall we shoot it?
Yeah, no. The best I can tell you guys is if you're doing anything with stocks, that type of stuff, bonds, I'm not going to get into. Stocks is what I'm referring to. Don't do a thing except buy. if you want to buy, because
That's your opinion now. Don't people go out and buy 3 million there and say because Skip said no.
well, then they're stupid if they do
You
that.
use your own judgment and
Yes.
knowledge, and don't
Yes.
just take your word for it. You got to say that, Skip, because there are people that'll.
But if you're going to do anything with the stocks, it's a good time to buy, because the stock market is only going to bounce back and go up. And when it goes up, I think by March of next year, you're going to see it riding at about probably close to 55 to 60,000. So, which is bigly.
But if you're going to buy, since everything's probably going down now,
now's the time
to buy.
Yeah.
I think any stock person would tell you that.
Food's going to slowly go down. They say the price of eggs have gone down a little. Gas has gone down a little.
But
Especially here in Washington State, where we have these stupid gas taxes that the Democrats keep piling on gas. And they
put taxes on everything.
It's going down. Gas and food is going down, but it's going to take quite a while for it to come down and even out. And that's all, again, is going to depend and be in balance with the inflation and the interest rates. I know it sounds weird, but that's the way I'm seeing them.
That's the way the world works.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And now, how about trade, international trade?
I'm not into all that stuff.
Oh, you're going to see bigly. You're going to start seeing, this is May. So in mid-June and on through September, you're going to see a parade of people, or countries, I should say. The leaders are all going to be talking. They're going to start working.
They're all doing it already.
But they're all going to start working with each other now. And how are we going to approach this? And they're going to try and create little blocks of countries, or what do you call it, economies, and they're going to come to the U.S. and like China's doing it under the table. They dropped 25% trade tariffs. They dropped.
I don't know, Skip. I'm not into that stuff.
They dropped them. Anyhow, you're going to see a bigly. It's going to be happening all through let's see, May, June, and into a little bit into July. So things like that, that's going to happen. Wars. What do you think about wars?
I don't like them.
You think they're going to stop? They're going to go down? They're going to whatever?
It's out of my ballpark. Somebody higher up. It's not during my pay grade. I can't tell you what they're going to do.
There's a lot of variables there to get into and look at, but overall is what I'm going to talk about. I'll give you one specific that I see, but the overall,
I don't know any of this till he says it, so
it just kind of comes.
I can't even.
Overall, you're going to find out that wars go away or go down to nothing. Okay, they just kind of.
If they're smart, they will.
Well, exactly, but the one that I do see is Ukraine. They may come to a peace deal or a ceasefire, whatever they call it. That one's going to flare up again. I don't see that one going away. It's on, off, on, off, on, off. Israel and the rest of them, I do think that people will start getting a more level head and face each other one-on-one. Okay? And the last one
What do you mean one-on-one? You mean the leader to leader?
Yeah, they'll start really talking and communicating.
That would be nice.
And the last one is government. Governments, our American government is what I'm talking about. You're going to find that there's a lot of Democrats who aren't going to switch to the other side, but you're going to find that they're going to start working in conjunction with the other side. And the only reason they'll do it is because they will say that they've created a alliance or pact between the other side. And the other side, the Republicans, will say the same thing back to help ease them into the fold. And they'll start moving things forward, but that's not going to happen until around July. So it's kind of the same. What we see is what you get. The WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get between now and July. And then starting in July, then there's some movement coming up for the world and us, especially here. So I wanted to get those out. And the only
Feel
reason,
better now?
yes, the reason I wanted to get them out is because of what we really wanted to talk about
Well,
today.
Those are, you and I have different ways of looking at things, and that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, you don't want to all look at the same way. A lot of what you talked about, A, is out of our hands.
Yeah.
B, like I said, I think the guy upstairs has it figured out. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not. After, I think this is now this is a psychic thing for me. I really feel what is going on has been laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something, we didn't know about it, but naturally on the other side, they all know about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's playing out like God wants it to at this point for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And it's in his hands. And so it's like everybody gets scared about the coming earthquake and the coming tsunami and the coming whatever. Why get scared about it? You're going to be where you're supposed to be. And if that means you die when it happens, then you were supposed to die when it happened.
That's right.
I mean, why wig out about something you cannot change? Yeah, you can move in the world if it breaks off at a certain point. What did they say? Nevada's going to have a new coastline or something.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, who knows? It might happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I can't live. I personally cannot live like a chicken yelling, sky's falling, sky's falling.
Right.
You either are comfortable and love where you're at and enjoy life as long as you have it,
Mm-hmm.
or you are continually running in fear. And I absolutely refuse to do that. Do I get scared? Yeah. When I get out of control or I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we all
human.
do.
The human side kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
But down deep, I know it's already written, you might say, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And,
True.
And so all that stuff you talked about, it's great to have conversations about it and other people's opinions. You listen and you agree, you disagree, whatever. But it's out of our hands.
Life goes on.
It's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen.
That's right.
So
just roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches.
Take the things that we just said here about all those different topics.
Yeah.
Just take them as what we said.
And it's back to community. One person can't change one of those darn things. A community might have some balancing ability if we all as a group do something. But even that is minuscule in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's already written.
That's right.
If you don't like Washington, then leave it.
Yeah. We know a lot of people that have done that.
I know. And, if I didn't have a family here, the way the Democratic state has gone, not per se Democrats, because I'm not against Democrats. I don't think there's a Democrat out there that likes paying more for their food or gas or anything else. I mean, they went 50% up on liquor, not that I drink, but $2 up on tax on cigarettes. I don't smoke. I know there's Democrats that drink and smoke. They aren't happy about it.
Well, I know. Can you imagine?
It's not about being quote unquote Democrat.
No.
It's the Democratic state.
The government.
The government
is doing this.
If you don't like what the government of the state's doing, you have choices. You stay and you roll with the punches, or you leave. I mean, and if I didn't have family here, I might think about leaving, but I can't.
Yeah.
I got family. And I love the Pacific Northwest, so I'm not going to judge the Pacific Northwest by what a Democratic state is doing. I live within its bounds.
Washington State, for those of you that aren't here, they privatized liquor. The government no longer sold it in the government stores. Mm-hmm. They privatized it. They sold licenses, and other people can buy it and sell it from their stores. And then now they've added a 50% tax.
Yeah.
When they did the privatizing, it went up half again, and now it's going up half again. So we are now paying more than double of what we used to buy for decades. I
will say, though, I mean, I've read so much about, they're blaming Ferguson for this. Mm-hmm. He came in with a $14 million or $1 billion deficit.
Yeah,
Inslee did it. It wasn't Ferguson.
Uncle Jay.
So I'm not blaming Ferguson. But do they really think they can keep taxing people to death?
Sure.
To where they can pay their bills and we can't pay ours?
They want to be like California.
That's the part I don't agree with. But I'm living here. I'm happy here. I'll do it as long as I can. So what the hell?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's sad. Like a gas tax, 6 cents gas tax. It's ridiculous.
I know.
But I also will say on the eggs, Safeway has got higher eggs than Winco.
Oh,
So,
let me tell
I
them.
think some people are still gouging the egg price a little bit.
I went to
really do.
Safeway to get 5 dozen eggs last week. $32 for 5 dozen eggs. Okay, so she said go to Winco. So I went to Winco, and it was what did we pay?
I don't know what you paid. I wasn't with you.
They didn't have 5 dozen, but if I had bought, I did buy 5 dozen worth in packs of 18. I think it was.
You said they were $6 or something.
$6. So I paid
18.
I paid $24 for them.
The same amount of eggs.
Yeah, and
so you saved $6, $7?
$7 cheaper. And I went to Walmart the other day, so I decided to check what they were. Walmart was $27.
Yeah, so I'm saying the egg prices have come down. It just depends on where you buy them.
Right.
It's like everything else. You got to research. So
what we want to talk about something today. You ready to do this?
Yeah, I guess. Might as well.
Okay.
Oh, Lou says can't make. Okay. Well, you'll make the next one in June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Just drive safe when you go to Idaho and have fun.
I might have to borrow that certain tool from you that we talked about, Lou. I need a tool. So for what I'm going to do. So if you decide to drop that off with me
maybe that's why
on a Wednesday,
on the 24th.
we could do that. Okay. So, but we'll talk about that later. The topic we really wanted to talk about today, the most.
Well, we have to talk.
We have to talk about. It's the beginning of summer, almost June 21st. So next month will be the beginning of summer, and it is time for us to play some more. So what we're going to tell you is the following. We, after 29 plus years of doing radio shows on AM, FM in Washington, California, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, and then adding 9 years of adding podcasts to the mix.
Yeah.
And then we let the AM and FM stuff go by the wayside about COVID 5 years ago.
COVID time.
21. Yeah, 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. So anyhow, then we just stuck with the podcast. Mm-hmm. So today, and I know this is sudden, but there's a reason. Today is the last radio show we're going to do on this format. Okay. We may, and actually we're already talking about different ways of connecting with you. Like via Facebook, do Facebook Lives, whatever we want. So anyhow, today is going to be the last podcast that we are going to have. It's going to end. And
endings and beginnings.
That's right. And that's what this year is endings and beginnings.
Yeah.
He'll bring the tool Wednesday. Good. In addition to that, the psychic showcase that happens every Wednesday, we do that live and online right now in the Poodle Dog in a restaurant here in Fife, which is a little town next to us. We're going to not do the online anymore, effective immediately. Okay, so we won't be doing the psychic showcase online.
But we're still doing
the psychic showcase in person. So, but online we're not going to do. Again, we may make ourselves, the two of us, available online, and we'll get into that later on. Just keep watching the website, psychicspectrum.com.
There's brand new stuff coming.
That's right. We're changing things around. So what I'm saying is check the radio show. Check the website, psychicspectrum.com. Check it, because we are going to be posting everything there. So effective today, this is the last broadcast. We're going to miss you guys because we really do like getting in touch with people from all around the country. And I know Debbie says, what?
that's why I picked rose quartz. I want them every time they
Yes.
look at rose quartz to realize we do love you. And it's just endings and beginnings. And there's some things we've looked at and things that
People
we
don't
want to
realize.
do. And we've got to make changes to be able to do them.
Let me say this. People don't realize how much work
No,
that.
that's not the problem.
No, just let me talk. People don't realize how much work we put into preparing for events online and in person, and the time it takes. It's not really the amount, it is the amount, but it's more the time that it takes. We want to be out in the sun with you guys. We want to go play. We're not getting any younger either, but we want to go play. And we realized, because of current events that have gone on in our lives, that we want to play. So we are going to end the online psychic showcase, the radio show itself. And again, keep checking the website, because over the next month or two, we're going to develop some different tools that we can use to connect with you guys. So don't think we're going away. We're just changing the things that we're going to do.
We're taking a summer break.
Right.
And working on things at the same time.
Yes.
So that in the fall, there will be new things available.
Catherine says, "Oh, that's sad." Sarah says, "Aw." But we appreciate that. Yeah. And we really appreciate you guys checking in when you get a chance to, being with us online.
Yeah, it's been fun. We're still talking to the other side person once a month at the Poodle Dog and Fife.
Yes.
We're still doing our Wednesday psychic showcase, just not the Zoom.
Right. We're
so
doing
people
that
on Zoom can't come on.
That's
that's
every
sad,
Wednesday.
But it has to go. And the 2-day-a-week podcast is going to go away just for the, because it is.
And you're going to see some more changes on our website.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you'll never see us again or get a chance to ask questions. And, you can, but like he said, always go to the website. It could change on a weekly basis. It could change daily. Who knows?
Yes.
Depends on how fast things develop. So, but at this stage in our life, it's like we've got to start having some fun and
Jam says, "Don't worry, we will be stalking you." And Catherine says, "You're right to go enjoy yourselves. Life is short enough."
Yeah.
Thank you, both of you.
And it's just it's time for some downtime. And as much as I hate it, because I love this format and I love doing it, but right now it's got to be a slower pace.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're just changing things up.
Yeah. So we're kind of going back to what it was before we even had a radio show. We're just doing the psychic showcase on Wednesdays, and we didn't even have talking to the other side then, but now we do, and we will keep that monthly thing. So it's just a carpe diem.
Carpe diem. Have to grab the golden ring while you can. Right. Debbie says.
Yeah, and it's there's just not enough time in the day to do everything anymore.
Yeah,
and so
Yeah, so don't tomorrow night, Wednesday night, don't look for the showcase to be online, because it's not going to be there. I already changed the website.
Yeah.
And the radio show, there's no more. We're done today with both of those things.
Yeah.
But it's not to say we won't be coming back in some other form.
Exactly.
So I can't
just
talk about that yet.
Because it's still being developed.
Right.
And it may develop and it may not. We don't know. But we're in talk, we might say.
Lou says it's a shame you're pulling the plug with the online folks on Wednesday. Yeah, it is, but there's a necessity around it.
Exactly.
So,
and most of the ones online do have the availability to come in person. So it ain't like we're cutting them out.
Not all of them, but a lot of them. Not all of them.
A couple of them, two or three maybe, but yeah.
All of that
it has to be right now.
The podcast and the online psychic showcase came about because of COVID.
Yeah.
That's when it all happened.
That's true.
Everybody said, "We miss you guys." It was like a month in, not even a month. "We miss you guys. Can't we just go sit in a parking lot 6 feet away?" And
I remember that.
And remember?
Yeah.
And it's like, we actually considered that,
We
but it's
did,
like,
yeah.
no, I don't want to. I don't know what this disease does
Well,
to
you
this
can't do
virus.
that in the winter anyway. I mean, it
No.
worked in the summer, but you got bit by mosquitoes all over. But
But who was to say that 6 feet was the magic number?
yeah,
Probably, could have been
Yeah.
10 or 20
I
feet.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
So-
funny. So that's why it came about in the first place.
Having had a background in technology, I said I could probably do this. So we created our own radio stage studio at home, which we're on now. We created and we used that for the online psychic showcase, and we used it for the radio show. We actually connected the studio here to the radio station. What are they, about 25 miles away?
Well, they're in Upper Bellevue,
Yeah.
East Bellevue. Yeah.
So
But,
anyhow, again, last radio show is right now. Last psychic showcase online
It was last
was
week.
last Wednesday. So it's a quick notice.
Yeah.
But,
you know
we
what?
had to do it.
It came about quickly.
Yeah.
And so you have to do what you have to do at this point. So
Allergies.
that's all there is to it. So
Mhm.
as much as we hate to say it, if you're going to do it, this is the year to do it. Endings and beginnings. Like you, it is the ending of things as we've always done them, but there's brand new beginnings out there. So just keep tuned to us on the website.
It's the one.
And we're still available for private readings. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
a hold of us on the website for that, or the ones that have my phone number, you can call us. It's not like we're going away. It's just we're doing things different.
Cindy Bryant says ghost hunts, Bigfoot, UFOs.
Oh yeah,
It's
those
all
are
still there.
on.
Just
Yeah.
keep watching the internet or watch the website.
Yeah, the website. Yeah.
You know,
I
and-
mean, they're nothing that major. It's just mainly the podcast and the Zoom on Wednesday night that are changing.
Lou says, is this show on Tuesday and Saturday going away?
Yes.
Effective today, Lou, this is the last radio show / podcast, whatever you want to call it.
On this forum.
After 29 years
On this forum. Yeah.
we're not going to be online anymore doing this way.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't mean down the road there will be another forum or another way of doing it. But right now, this is the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but.
So Crystal missed out. You'll have to listen to the replay, but in a nutshell, this is our last podcast, and the Wednesday night Zoom meetings are no more. So last week was your last one of those. Today is the last show. But you can go back and hear why and all that when you listen to the rebroadcast.
I want to say one thing more, then we're done with the subject.
Mm-hmm. And we have appreciated every one of you.
Yes, we're going to miss everybody in this format here, but we're not dead. We're just changing.
We're changing.
But I want to say something. Every spring, we say, wouldn't it be fun to plant a vegetable garden? Create a raised bed vegetable garden and plant them. And we don't have time to do that.
Or go to the ocean.
Go to the ocean for the day. We don't have time to do these things. We don't have time to water and cultivate the crops. And even put together a time. We have to book days off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We truly do. And there's no time to keep the house up.
No.
There's only so many hours in a day. And so
I retired 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I work more now than I did when I was working.
Yeah, but this is fun work. But
I know, but I had a 52-year career, actually 54-year career.
Yeah.
And I work more now than I have in the past 54 years. So,
but it's just time for some things to change.
Yeah.
And so Wednesdays are still there. Talking the Other Side's still there. And in the future, there are other formats, I believe, that will come up. But right now, for the summer, we're kind of talking and laying low. Right. So that's where that is. So on that note, you ready for questions before we do?
For Sha'ron's.
We're not doing jokes of the week yet. We're doing questions.
You want to do questions?
Well, the joke is the end of the show.
Okay, I saw one up here. Let me go back up here because everybody's been listening. They haven't put them in yet.
Okay.
It's up this one from Sarah.
Okay.
Sarah, sunny days. She says, where are you guys doing? Hi, how are you guys doing? Was wondering if there's a message from my little sister, Summer. Summer shows is kind of with pictures and with feelings. So most of what I'm getting is I heard the word go, but there's something, and it doesn't mean go there. It means something like a start. Okay. So, or get it going or get it in operation. Something about she showed me pushing you towards family. Like there's a little gap and then there's pushing you towards family. There's something about reconnecting is how I want to say it, with family over a certain thing and or end in a certain way, that it's almost like it's a necessity. So there's paying attention, pushing towards family, but at the same time, this sounds really crazy, somebody is going to be doing some major work. She's telling me this. Somebody's going to be doing some major work on land, like clearing a lot or redoing the entire landscaping around them in the yard. There's something about this major thing, and basically the feelings behind it is it wouldn't hurt you to be a part of it. So do you say anything?
The one thing I'm getting is when you read the message in that, I felt like I had trouble breathing. So I don't know whether that's in reference to summer, or whether she's trying to tell me that Sarah needs to be careful because of something she might have going on. So I'm not sure who it belongs to. If I had to say which way I'm leaning, I would think it would be Summer. That it's like she could breathe now. Because she had trouble breathing. So I'll leave it at that. She could take it where she needs to put it.
Okay. And Nino.
Oh, that's a new one.
Nino on YouTube says hi. Like Linda says, like reincarnation is what we're doing. Yes, that's pretty much what we're doing. And Rita's with us. Hey, Rita.
Okay, I lost that whole train of thought. Reincarnation of what?
Changing how we're doing things.
Yes. Yeah.
Rita.
Yeah, there you go.
Rita says you deserve a break. I know where to find you. JM says that was wise. Make a decision and get on with it. I don't like long goodbyes. Prefer new hellos. Your changes create new hellos for us.
Thank you. That's the way we're looking at it.
Lou says thinks you'll actually lose quite a following, but I look forward to how things will evolve. Is c'est la vie. If people can't connect, they can't connect. If they can't, they may just need to make an effort for it.
We have not stopped the connection process. There's ways to connect with us.
Sure.
It's just not on Zoom on Wednesdays or here. So they will only lose us if they don't choose to connect with us.
Okay.
I guess.
Crystal wants to know what's the CBD gummies advertisement that you emailed her for.
I didn't email you a CBD gummy advertisement. It could be from those other people.
Those hackers?
I did not send you one, honey. So I won't send things like that. We don't solicit for readings, and I don't send things like that. So don't ever believe anything has come from Skip or I on that topic. I know that there's that group out there that has put an S at the end of psychics and put our picture on there
spectrum.
That is out there promoting, and it's not us. Every once in a while I get one that says, okay, I didn't do it. We didn't do it. We can't seem to get them off of Facebook, and we can't seem to get them stopped. So be very careful, even though it's got our picture, be careful how the words are spelled and how they talk to you, because apparently there's no way of completely stopping it. So, but I didn't send you anything. And if you do get something, feel free to text us or email us and say, did you send me this? And
we don't solicit.
I would rather answer those than not have anybody say anything and get taken.
Right.
So please, I will answer you. No, we didn't do it.
We will advertise our events, but we don't solicit specific things to people.
No, and I don't sell things for other people.
Right.
And I don't say, I have a message for you. Message me. I have a spirited message. No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Catherine says, enjoy your time, but pop on once in a while. We will. We'll pop on online, and we may be popping online more regularly than you think right now, but it won't be on this format like this.
Yeah. It won't be on a podcast.
Correct. Nino says, may I get a reading of drawn?
What's a reading of drawn?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, get a reading of drawn. So you're going to have to explain that one.
Yeah, we're not doing a reading. We're answering questions. So give us a specific question.
Yeah,
It's quicker and easier.
And
We can. Yeah, our readings are an hour and a half. We both read for you at the same time.
Yeah.
We record it and then we email you the recording. So
you can go online
but we'll answer questions here.
And that for that. Sarah says her ashes are still in the funeral home, and there was a tiff between the other sister and I obtaining her ashes. It's been 3 years, and I'm trying to get them so we can separate them and come to a peace.
Wow,
isn't that something?
That's what she's the gap in pushing you towards them. It's like it's go. So in other words, she wants this done.
So one wants all the ashes and the other one wants all the ashes?
Oh,
Is that what I'm reading?
Or they just can't they can't come to agreement on who does or gets what.
Well, why don't they just come to an agreement of where to put her? And then they can all both go there at different times and visit her if they want. Keep her together, but put her in a central place.
That might be the problem.
That might be your best bet.
Too bad there's not, or maybe there is somebody in the family that can like is the goalkeeper here or the head person, and let them say, oh, she wants to split them. Oh,
well, other people have done that. People have made jewelry out of it.
Sure.
You know, is there a reason that you don't want to split them? I mean, that
she wants to split them. Sarah does.
Oh, she wants to. Okay, but the other one don't. I get it. Well, then your only other option is to put your sister Summer in a neutral place that you all know where she is. You all can go see her and visit her when you want to, but she stays intact in one urn. That's all you can do.
Sarah, I want to say something. I really think that you need to look at this in a different light. I'm not saying you have to change your mind. Look at it in a different light. Your sister's gone. Your both parents passed away. Okay. And so there's no gold gatekeeper here, but you might want to consider this. Possession of the urn only means something to each of you, but that in itself is temporary. You can give up the possession. All of you can give up possession and do what Sha'ron said. Put her in a spot where everybody can go and connect with her at times. Even if it's going to the woods in a certain spot, spreading the ashes, or going to the ocean, spreading the ashes. You can go out on a Washington State ferry, if you're in Washington, and tell them ahead of time. They will stop in the middle of the run and let you go to the back of the boat and sprinkle the ashes in the water. Free.
Or put her in a mausoleum or something.
Right. But
you know, one thing they should both think about that neither one of them, I don't think, have. If the mom and dad are gone and it's just her and her sister left, who's going to take care of them when they're both gone?
Correct. Right. So I understand what you're wanting to do, and I don't say there's anything wrong with it, as long as everybody's in agreement. But since they're not, it's like, you know what? Having her ashes is not going to make you any closer to her or her closer to you. You still have the connection that you had in this life, whatever it was. And so does everybody else.
That's because she's not in those ashes.
Right.
Her body has already gone. It's up in heaven. It's with you. It's part of the energy of the universe. She's with you all the time. She's not sitting in that urn.
Right. And you know what's going to happen?
I know that's a hard thing to think about, but it's true. I mean, it's true.
Most people that get the urn or their share of the ashes, if that's the thing, most people end up putting them in a cupboard or in a storage spot somewhere.
It's usually in a closet.
In a closet, yeah. And so it's like, what's the point? Do something with them.
Well, I know. I get the sentimental value. I do. Like, until you're ready to let go.
Yeah.
I get that. No, hang on to them as long as you have to until you're mentally able to let go. But realize separating them doesn't mean you're doing anything that's just the physical remains of a physical vessel. Your sister was part of spirit. Her soul is not in that vessel anymore. So she's okay. She's still all together, and she's not going to be separated or fragmented if you separate her ashes.
Yeah.
So if that would make you to where everybody could get along, think about it. It wouldn't be that bad.
Okay.
But she is up there with her mom and dad.
Yeah.
I mean, see, they're up there. They're looking down, going, "I can't believe they're doing this," you know. But they know what you and I don't know at this point. They're up there and they've seen and know it all. So don't let that be a matter of contention that the two of you, that seems like the two of you that are left, if you're the only two left, don't talk to each other because of that. Your mom, your dad, your sister, none of them want that. So find a way to work it out.
Okay, Nino has a question from YouTube. Can I get a love prediction on my love life?
Do we do love predictions?
Kind of.
I don't.
I do. I'll tell you this, Nino. What I'm seeing is you have to put yourself in a frame of mind or reference in relationships that you were about 11 to 12 years ago. And about 11, 12 years ago, I'm saying more like 11, frame of mind and heart like you were 11 years ago. And go back to that, think about it, get yourself back into that mindset and heart set around relationships, and you'll figure out exactly what and how you're supposed to be doing things. Then you will either find somebody that you look at long term, or you realize you have long term. So on relationships, and I'm talking about love relationship. Okay, so I'll leave it at that, and then let's do Catherine's. What?
No, I just can't answer Sarah.
You did already.
Well, she has two other ones down there. She says, "Is she with her parents?" Yes, she is with the parents.
Yeah.
She has seen them. She's doing her own thing, but they get together.
Sure.
And then I'm glad she appreciates. Just think about it. I don't know why every time I think of summer, I see these blonde braids. They keep showing me these braids, and it looks like kind of blondish, not real blonde, but brown and blondish braids. Maybe that means something to you, but she keeps showing them to me. And it's the back of the head. It's not the front. It's the braids from the line down the middle of the braids.
Catherine's got a good question here.
Okay.
On the 21st, will the answer be yes or no for my disabled brother to go back to the family home 5 years, and every year he has to apply to get home? 21st will be the final answer of May. And now I'm going to tell you something. She says, I hope no, I won't be able to cope with it. If he does, I have to say this, the answer is no. It will be kind of like hands down. There's like no question. No, you can't do it. What do you say?
Well, I kind of feel the same way. Psychically, I feel like it's a negative more than a positive.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that inkling of weird things can happen, you know. So I can't say 100% no, but it feels pretty negative to me in that direction. But at the same time, let's say it was yes, she wouldn't have to cope with it. You don't have to be involved if he does go home. So don't think that would put more pressure on you. The only pressure would be your ability to tell other people, well, you wanted them there, so you take care of them because I don't have the energy. And
if they say yes, it might more than likely be on a short time frame or a trial basis.
Yeah.
And they'll find out real quick, no, this can't be done. Because
the family's not going to want to do it, and you don't take it over and do it yourself. That's where you're saying you won't be able to cope. No, you won't, because you shouldn't have to.
Right.
So even if it does happen, don't get sucked in. Sarah, I don't think it will.
Sarah says, thank you very much.
On a trial basis.
Sarah says, thank you very much. I wish you both the best summertime. Enjoy. Thanks, Sarah. And she's on Facebook, so don't go. Keep checking the website, because we may just appear on Facebook. Last question. Let's do this. Oh, Erica just joined in. Hi, Erica. Last question. Then we got to run because we have another appointment to go to.
We got to do jokes too. And
Yeah.
then we got to run. Yeah.
Catherine, you're welcome. Josie says, my neighbor bought her property in 2013 and it has surveyed in 2020. Now she is threatening to take down the fence between us. The fence was there when I bought my property in 07. Do I need a lawyer? Yes, because there's this thing about who's been taking care of it
Oh, the fence?
of the property since the fence has gone up. So in other words, let's say the fence is more on her side than it is on yours, but her survey shows that it should be on your side more. So who's been taking care of the property and paying the taxes on it? Okay, if she's been paying the taxes on it, it's hers. Yeah. If you've been paying the taxes on it and you can prove it, then it's yours.
I think the lawyer will take care of that.
But what I see is that you haven't been paying the taxes on it. You might have had it and been taking care of it, but you haven't paid the taxes on it unless you have something that proves that that section of that land that's on her parcel is on yours. That section legally is on yours. And you paid the taxes, you won't be able to get it. Okay.
But I would consult an attorney.
Yeah, definitely. You do need a lawyer.
Property taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can tell you that pretty quick. So, and that I'm telling you because of what I've seen people do.
And Josie, I hope if you weren't on in the beginning, go back and listen because there was some things about the Wednesday night showcase and that you need to know about. So,
yeah.
Anyway, so Terry Lawson says, I'm glad to hear you guys are taking a break. Thank you. I have a couple of questions. Do you have anything to say about my future job or my disability case on a time frame?
Okay, now this has to be the last question.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you say?
Oh, those are all situational
future job or disability case on a time frame.
Disability, I think, has got a time to come. It's not a short thing.
I think August and September is going to start dealing with the disability case more. You need to rattle cages, make phone calls, write letters, whatever you need to you need to do, Terry.
Stay on top of it.
And the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I'm serious about that. On future job, that's big variables there to try to tell you that. What I'm going to say is if you find something, actually, I take that back. If you find a place that feels like it would work for you, then you need to go all out and push to be hired there, to get on there. I don't know. I mean, I've even seen people get hired because they volunteer to work 2 weeks free and you can see what I do. And then if you want to hire me, hire me.
I keep seeing teaching like he teaches what he does.
Yeah, you would be good at that.
I see.
Yeah.
I know whether you become somebody that does a summer college thing, just teach somebody something and get paid for people to take that class. I mean, there's something about teaching with you, Terry, that you have so much knowledge and ability that you could pretty well teach it to somebody.
We have technical schools, technical colleges here in Washington State. And the people that go there and teach, what's the place in Clover Park? Clover Park Technical School here in Tacoma, Washington. But anyhow, something like that you could fit right into and not have any trouble. In fact, there is the psychic hit here, Terry. There is a program that they will use or utilize to say, yeah, let's give this guy a try. I don't know what it is, but it's like they have extra money. There's something, a quota that they need to hire certain type of people for. Whatever it is, they have money allocated for this from the government. It's like, you need to look for that kind of a thing.
I just keep seeing teaching, the word teaching. So I'm going to stick with it.
I think you would do good at it.
Yep.
So having said all of this, remember, this is the last radio show that we are doing.
On podcast form.
On podcast form. We just may appear on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, I don't know. But something's coming up in the near future here. So keep checking the website because it'll all be posted there. And then also the psychic showcase online is not going to be done online tomorrow night.
Nope, it's finished.
It's done online. Yes. Debbie says, thanks so much for providing us who live at a distance your broadcast so we could join in, have fun. Debbie, you're welcome. Thank you for joining in. But remember, we're
Just
not
keep checking back.
we're changing some things. So just keep checking the website. And we'll keep in touch with you too, Debbie.
Oh, yeah.
So Terry says, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Good luck, Terry. I really do think you'd be a great teacher. I do. So anyway, you know what?
Sha'ron's Joke of the Week.
Ta-da!
I wrote this in pencil, so I can't read it like I would ink on this in this light. So anyway, here we go.
All right.
Well, as I walk
Through the valley of the shadow of death.
yeah, as I walk through the valley of death, I remind myself that you can't always rely on Google Maps. It's just, at that time of my life, so you might want to know that.
Terry says, have fun on the beach.
Thank you. I plan on it.
We are going to the ocean.
Yeah.
That's one thing we've wanted to do for years. Yeah. And we're going to have our burger now with JM.
I tried donating blood the other day, because I've been at the Durham hospital so much. Anyway, never again. I'll never do it again. And it's all those questions like, whose blood is it? Where did you get it?
Uh-huh.
Why is it in a bucket? I mean, I'm not going to go through that again. And I have to leave with a dumb joke.
Only 3 today?
You only get 3.
Wow. Okay. Hey, Lou, remind me to tell you my chicken joke tomorrow night.
Oh, please don't do it without me being there. Anyway, why did the ram run over the cliff?
Why did the ram run over the cliff?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Wait a minute. A ram run over the cliff? Because the price of sheep were falling?
No, that's a good one, though. No.
Why?
He didn't see the U-turn. E-W-U.
It's time for...
Oh, Lord. I like that one.
Oh.
Skip and push the right button. But anyway.
Well, I think we'll give you this.
I'll tell you that. You didn't see the U-turn?
This is for all your jokes. All of your jokes over, 29 years? Oh, Jesse says, thank you for all the helpful advice you've always provided to all of us. I have always been amazed at how much you have dedicated to doing all your shows. Take a break and enjoy your life. Thanks, Josie. That pretty much sums it up. Yeah. Because that's the plan.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Well, it is. Right now, anyway. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, if you're going to do it, this is a year to do it. Endings and beginnings.
Yeah.
So the Talking the Other Side's still there. The showcase is still there in person.
Right.
And JM says, I'll see you at
Miners.
You're right, you will.
Cindy gave us 4 hearts.
Oh, bless your heart, Cindy. I hope your leg's doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
So I guess on that note, since we have to be somewhere else, this will be our last time of me saying for the time being anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
No, wait. Catherine says, go enjoy yourselves, life short. And then down here, the last one says, see you at Miners. Thanks for everything, even the joke. Thanks, Crystal. You're welcome.
We love you all.
But as our theme song always said,
what a wonderful world. Love you, Mom and Dad.
Yep. You guys take care, and we will see you in another format. So hang in there. The world isn't ending, but we will be back. So this is the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show signing off.